welcome to our latest edition of Bengals Nation at Kroger OTR Eatery, sponsored by Rally House here on Local 12. Gary Miller and Chris Rankel with you, and it's our last show before the bye. We'll take the bye week off, so we have packed this thing. Mike Hilton got the week off, so Vonn Bell has brought along a host of special guests for you. Plus, on the Telestrator, we got guests as well. Troy Walters on the offensive side of the ball, Charles Burks on the defensive side of the ball, filling in for their head coach, Zac Taylor, who will also be here for our one-on-ones. And I know David Fulcher's in the house somewhere. There he is. That means we can start.
Well, DJ, welcome back.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
My co-host today.
I know, Mike, he couldn't be here, but we got a good one. We already know. We tested him out earlier in the year, so we know he's good.
Oh, yeah, on point.
Been here before. I know what I'm doing.
All right. Monday night obviously didn't go the way you guys wanted. Just take me through that game. What went down?
Hard-fought win. Hard-fought loss. But we just got to keep on getting better, finding ways to win in situational football, get off the field on third downs, and winning in the situations, like I said, in the red zone that went 4 for 5, and we just got to stop the run. So they ran it 44 times. So we just got to find a way and just keep on getting better each week.
I think, from our standpoint on defense, just got to look in the mirror and the things that we didn't do well, we got to go back out there and correct. And a lot of guys are going to do better. Just having a lot of guys, couple guys banged up, but there's no excuse. You want to go out there and put your best foot forward, and I don't think we did that as far as the defense. So I think that's our thing. We go back in there, clean it up, and get back out there. And luckily we get an opportunity to play these guys again. So we'll see them again in our place, and different outcome.
It's not like we got to wait a couple years to see him again. You'll see him in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
See him in a couple weeks. It's like a day before my birthday too, so something special.
So all you want for your birthday is
a win.
There you go.
You
heard it.
We're going to do our best to get that done. We're going to start it off this weekend, go into that bye, keep it rolling.
All right, Vonn, we got to give you credit. Another interception. Is that the first time you've picked off a wide receiver?
It was, except in practice. But, yeah, it was crazy. It was a crazy play. I was trying to run a double pass, and I was like, man, I think I'm just go over here. And he just threw it right to me. But the ball just finding me, just keep on making plays for the defense, just trying to get the team in the best position to win.
I feel like everyone was a little surprised because it looked like he was trying to throw it away.
He was.
And he did not get a lot of air on that ball.
He was under duress. That's what happened. Somebody was trying to sack him. But it fell in the right favor, and the good guys came away with the ball, so I just made a play on the ball.
Hey, pick is a pick, right?
Oh, yeah, pick is a pick.
I was like, I hope my guy don't miss the layup. He caught it. I was like, yes. Yes, Vonn. That was perfect. My boy got his stickies this year, though. He got a one-handed pick. He got a couple of good nice ones this year. So he's
racking them up.
He's been doing his thing out there.
At the right
is it
time.
too early to say Pro Bowl?
Keep it going now.
Keep it up.
Wishful thinking, you got to keep it going.
Hey.
Words of empowerment.
We're starting the campaign tonight. Pro
Right.
Bowl Vonn Bell. Let's hear it. Pro Bowl Vonn Bell.
All that.
I think a lot of people disappointed, obviously, in the loss. It was on the big stage Monday night. Everyone wants a win. I don't sense any doubt, any, problems within the locker room. It seems like, you guys are pros. That's the NFL, and you're going into it next week and get one against Carolina.
For sure, off a short week, get the bad taste out your mouth. So we just got to clean up the film and just throw it out and just go take it out on the guys next week. So that's the biggest thing. Coming off a short week, that's to make it easier for the team to go tee off on the next guys.
You want to win them all. Sometimes you can't get it done, but you put your best foot forward to go out there and win them all. So they were disappointed, but nobody's doing any finger pointing in the locker room.
Do you learn more from a big loss or a close loss, or is this one where you just say, and what's your secret? What is your formula for washing away something like that?
Yeah, no, you always learn from this kind of stuff. Opportunities that maybe could have turned the game early in your favor to where you can play a game like that with a lead and play the style we wanted to play. And, 2 turnovers beyond the 50-yard line, a missed field goal in the first half. And that's a tough way to have 3 possessions where you could have walked away with potentially 17 points, 13 points, and you come away with none. And so that really takes the momentum away from you going into halftime.
We talked about it going into last week. You got Nick Chubb, you got Myles Garrett. You know what they can do. You're scheming almost specifically for those guys. What does it say about them that they're still able to do the things they do when a lot of your game plan is we're not going to let him do that?
Yeah, he's one of the best running backs in all football, and they got an offensive line to go along with it. And so it's a challenge for every defense that goes against him. you can limit them, and then they hit that big play. And they got the play actions off of it because you're so hell-bent on stopping the run. That's what really opens up their play actions. And so, and with Myles Garrett, he got one on us in the first half. I thought we had a good plan in place. I thought the guys did a great job. And then you get into a pass-heavy mode when you're down a couple scores, and that's an opportunity for those guys to start teeing off a little bit.
Joe didn't, over the course of the game, Joe Burrow didn't have a lot of time in his release point to where he had to get rid of it. How much does that change your playbook of knowing, okay, is this just an aberration, or is this the way the game's going to be? He's going to have less than 3 seconds to get rid of it.
Oh, you know that point in Cleveland. I mean, they got two of the best tandem of rushers in all football. And so they haven't been on the field all that much this year. Myles Garrett has missed games. Jadeveon Clowney's missed games. We happened to get them both when they were playing at the same time. And so we knew going in that you're going to have to get the ball out quick and be strategic with how you take your shots. And we were. And, they did a good job making some plays on us.
We'll get the head coach's take on Carolina, including a former XFL player now starting at quarterback and yet another outstanding pass rusher to deal with.
Faux Rocks Locks, sponsored by Hawksworth.
It is time for Faux Rock Locks, and I'm feeling good.
Oh, you feeling good, huh?
The Dolphins rallied.
There you go.
They just got past that 3 and a hook and beat them by 4. So it's rare that I come in with a win or that you lose.
Yeah, Giants burned me again, so that might be the last time I ever pick their game because I can't get them right.
Well, I got burned too.
All right, what do you got?
Oh, I got the Patriots playing
Colts.
Giving the Colts 5 at home. I'm taking the Patriots to beat the Colts.
At home, I think that's a good pick.
Yeah.
I'm taking Kirk Cousins to go back to his old stomping grounds in Washington and beat the scandal-plagued Commanders. There you go. But they got to beat them by more than 3.5.
Atlanta, if you shut down the run, they can't do anything offensively, so I'm taking the Chargers to beat the spread because I like that defensive line. I think Herbert is going to throw it all over the Falcons.
He's got too much in this. You hear that conversation?
We all know Herbert's not even a shadow of Joe Burrow.
He's good.
Hey, doesn't have to be to beat the Falcons.
That's it.
Getting Defensive, sponsored by Blake Maislin.
We got 2 special guests today. My boy Mike T and Clay Johnston. Special guest this week. Bring it out, make some noise for him.
Special guest off the special teams.
There we go, on the teams.
Yeah.
What up?
Fellas. What's up,
fellas?
What's up, guys? Good to see you.
All right. Welcome to Getting Defensive. Welcome back, Mike
Let's
T.
go, man. Hey, happy to be back, Vonn. Appreciate it. What up?
What up?
All right, let's jump it off real quick. Hey, coming off a hard week, Mike T, this for you. As a veteran presence, man. Yeah. What can you get a locker room coming off a hard loss, short week?
Yeah.
How can we bounce back?
Man, I'll tell all the young guys, I think it's great that it was on a Monday night.
Yeah.
Because now we got a short week. We got to just move on very quickly and start preparing for the Panthers. So you can't dwell on what happened. Nah, it ain't how we wanted to come out and play. Wasn't the results we wanted, but hey, we get a great opportunity to move forward. And somebody got to feel us on Sunday. Somebody got to get it. Who they?
Who they?
So my question is for Clay. Like Mike sees, going into a short week, what is your thought process? How do you flush the last game and move forward to the next game on that short week?
Well, in college, we kind of had a what's next mentality. And I mean, after a tough game like that, I think you just got to flush it like usual. Just move on real quick, just correct things, watch the tape. But like we talked to Darren about, have the what's next mentality for all of us. We all need it.
We all need it.
Yes.
We all need it. Okay, Clay, it's a big week for you. You was in Carolina.
Yeah, it is.
So, hey, what's the mentality for you this week?
Oh my gosh, man, I'm so excited.
Out for blood?
I've already getting phone calls, talking smack to all the players. Hopefully we can just bring it out and just light them up. But
did you have this game circled, Clay?
Oh, no doubt. It was circled. Triple circle, man. We circled all the way. We got to bring it, man.
Hey, tell me how you really feel. I love that. I got another question for Clay.
Come on, hit me up, baby.
So your dad's strength coach in the NFL.
Dad was a strength coach.
How was that like growing up?
Honestly, it was pretty freaking awesome. He was strength coach in the league for about 27, 28 years. Was with Tampa Bay, Green Bay, Carolina.
Brett Favre, yeah, too, huh? Uncle Brett
won a Super Bowl with the Packers in '96 with Favre. He was his best man in his wedding.
Got the ring? Can you tell us about that relationship?
Say what?
Tell us about that relationship. Brett Favre, huh?
They're just really tight. They actually just got back from Israel. They went on a 2-week trip, my mom and dad, with Mrs. Deanna and Brett Favre. And so, I mean, their sleep cycle's jacked up. I call him and he's just like, just a zombie out there. But, no, they're good, man. They're super tight, bros for life. They love each other.
That's what's up right there.
Man, that's crazy. That's awesome. Your dad's got a ring?
Yeah, he's got a ring.
Does he brag to you about that ring all the time?
I was so sad last year, man. Golly, I cried. I cried in his shoulder. I just wanted to hold that Bengals ring and just be like, here you go, Pops. Look at this. Look at this.
Got one too, Dad.
Oh, yeah.
Mike T, being the leader on special teams, the young guys, they look up to you for your energy before the game. I mean, I look up to you for the energy game. Where do you channel that energy that you get before the game, that look that you have in your eye? Where does that come from?
Man, really just loving the fact that I still got an opportunity to play. You know, again, last year I thought I was done, about to retire, go to work and have a regular job and whatnot. But then when Lou called me and was like, bro, we got an opportunity for you to come out here and I got a chance to play again, it reminded me of how I felt going undrafted and finally getting a chance to play my first game in the NFL.
Yes,
and I never want to lose that feeling. So every day I go out there, man, I just try to let guys know, look, dog, every game that you get a chance to dress up, be in uniform, it's a blessing.
Yes,
it's an amazing opportunity.
Yeah.
So you got to have that mindset, that energy, no matter what your circumstances.
Indeed.
That's it.
I like that. Okay. What you guys' weekly routine? I know we play cards almost every day.
Oh, my gosh, man.
And by, you mean DJ and Clay taking our money? That's what you mean?
No.
I'm always paying you guys. These two hustle us every day.
No.
I feel like I'm a charity.
It's really been Clay lately, guys.
I mean,
Clay's been hot.
I had a little hot streak.
He was off at the beginning, but he has gotten hot.
Man,
lately.
I was in
You talk
debt
about
at
that?
the beginning. I was in huge debt. I had to climb out of the debt mountain, man.
But other than doing that, what do you do outside of? What's your
Honestly, bro, I like to just go home, read, try to get a little away from football, but at the same time, I just love being around all the guys.
You know, obviously we grind on the football field and in the meeting rooms, but to have a relationship with your guys outside of that,
that's big.
being able to create that bond by playing cards, I mean, that's great. Another part of the routine, just like y'all, it's just like relax and unwind and talk with my fam, maybe read something outside of football just to relax my mind as well. But other than that, man, just enjoying the experience.
No,
That's
definitely. The chemistry in this locker, I've been with 2 other teams. It's like a family. I just love being around all you guys.
That's huge. That's huge.
So, on the reading tip, both of y'all said y'all like to read. Give me some of your favorite books. Or something that you read this year.
The Bible, the most important one in the history of man. I mean, that's the classic. Old Testament, New Testament, whatever you want. Let's go! Yeah, baby!
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Awesome. I can honestly say this year, probably more than ever, I have been studying the Bible a little bit more on my own. I read a lot of articles, and because of my position with our NFLPA as an EC member, I got to read a lot of articles. Unfortunately, a lot of reading material. So, that's why I love playing cards.
Hey, man, I appreciate you guys coming out this week. That's all we got for this week for getting the Festive Week, man. We're going to get a dub this week, and we're going to keep on pushing.
For sure.
That's it.
Go. Who they?
Who they?
Earning Your Stripes, sponsored by Rally House.
What's your analysis of what you've seen in a limited sample size of P.J. Walker, what he presents?
He's done a great job making the most of his opportunities. You know, he can extend plays. He's got a lot of reps under his belt. He did a great job at Temple his time there. He's played in some of these other leagues and gotten a lot of experience on the field, managing teams at a professional level. And then when his numbers finally called in the NFL, he makes the most of it. And so that's a credit to him. He's a good football player. We got to be ready for all that he brings to the table. He's done a really good job these last 2 weeks managing that team, and they obviously believe in him.
Yeah, you haven't seen much of him as a Carolina Panther. Does the XFL tape tell you anything?
I think you can glean enough from this tape of what their style of offense is, and again, they've Baker Mayfield's got some athleticism to him as well. So, I think they'll show what their style of offense is, and again, he's got that creativity where he can extend some plays and make some magic happen, which he's done. And again, they believe in him.
Is Brian Burns up there with some of the guys you play? Myles Garrett may be and Micah Parsons might be in a class by themselves, but is Brian Burns close to that conversation?
He's a really, really good player, and we're still early in a process of learning about them. It's the first time I've I haven't played this division in 10 years, and so I'm learning more about Atlanta and New Orleans and Carolina and what they're about and a lot of their players and their schemes. And he certainly jumps off the tape as a really great player.
Next up, the Telestrator, which Zac Taylor turns over to 2 of his top assistants this week.
Coach Taylor's Breakdown, sponsored by EverDry.
It's 2nd and 19, which is a get back on track situation. So, you're really looking at high percentage plays for the offense to try to cut down the distance to manage 3rd down. So here we have empty, which means there's no backfield in the offensive formation. So the formation is empty. We are playing a cover 2 coverage, which is 2 high safeties, 4 underneath, okay, and then 1 what we call middle runner who is split in the middle of the field. Now the weakness to this coverage really is the middle of the field, but the strength of the coverage is underneath. Now with our cover 2 structure, we're going to add a tackle dropper, which is an extra dropper that can really account for this space underneath between our 2 curl vision players. So at the snap, you'll see this structure work itself out. So you have your middle runner, you have your two high safeties up top, okay? We want to get a jam from the cornerback position. So they're going to jam and then they're going to sink to take the pressure off of the 2 high safeties, because essentially the 2 high safeties are responsible for splitting both fields with their range, which makes the quarterback hold the ball, which essentially results into a covered sack by the defensive line. This is really a gadget play for the offense, a reverse pass, a double pass, really big play for us on the defensive side of the ball. So essentially, these 3 defenders are responsible for the tight end, okay, and the 2 backs. So post snap, Jesse is going to actually go and have 24. The corners have both receivers. So that's why Cheeto was chasing his man. That's why 29 is actually chasing his man. Now this is a really headsy play by Vonn Bell, because Mike actually lets his man go from the backfield, and then Vonn makes a really good play, great awareness. He's been doing a really good job for us this year, and then puts himself in a position to make a big play, a game-changing play in the game.
Is a progression read. Okay, so T. Higgins on the outside is basically running a go route. He's going to run by the corner if he can. And then Tyler Boyd is going to run a 10 to 12 yard speed out. Okay, and on the backside, Trent Irwin right here is going to run a shallow cross, sit right there for zone. So Joe's basically going to read 1, 2, check down is basically the shallow cross to Trent Irwin. If he likes his matchup to T. Higgins, he'll throw that. Obviously, he has great respect for T. He understands that he can go up and make a play over anybody. So he gives T a chance. T goes up, makes a great play, and scores a touchdown. So it's just a progression read. Joe did a great job, great throw, great catch by T. Touchdown, Bengals.
We head back to the head coach, Zac Taylor, on what it's going to take to get a win heading into the bye.
This is my glory.
Chris's Star Matchup, sponsored by Gold Star.
For my matchup this week, it was a little difficult because all the star players and the star matchups that the Panthers had at the beginning of the year, well, they've traded most of them away, but they still have a quarterback that's playing pretty good right now. It's not Baker Mayfield, who is undefeated against the Bengals, though maybe Carolina's planning on throwing old Baker out there just for old time's sake. No, it's P.J. Walker, a guy you probably never heard of. He was in the XFL last year. The key to stopping the Panthers, you got to stop P.J. Walker. You let him get loose, he might come up with just enough big plays for the Panthers.
It's a team that I don't really care what their record is. We just watch the tape and we see the issues that they pose and the talent that they have and the coaches they have on staff that are really doing a nice job putting them in a position to be successful.
Keys to the Game, sponsored by Kia.
What do you got to do to completely wipe out the taste of the Halloween night in Cleveland and get an important win going into the break?
Yeah, our staff did a good job of previewing them when we had some extra time to start to create the foundation of a good plan. And so now we're playing catch up and making sure we isolate that and give it to our players. You know, the structure of the week's a little different. We won't practice on Wednesday. We'll just have an extended walkthrough to make sure they get their bodies back, you know, after a Monday night game, late travel.
I was talking to Charles Burks
today, and he said, "There's no way you know that play's coming. The guy's never thrown a pass in his life. How the hell did you sniff that out?"
It was a feel. It was a feel, and I saw the dope pass, and the tight end stayed in block. That was my guy, and I said, "Oh, this guy looks open." So I don't know. It just fell on my lap. I've been living right.
He's blessed. He's blessed.
As fellow defenders, how do you rate? Because he's had practice now. He's had 4 of them. How do you rate his return skills?
We're gonna do that right now. He been doing his thing to me. I mean, he doing his thing on the returns. He got some decent returns. He got some wiggle.
I didn't know I stepped out.
I didn't know he stepped out either. I thought he kept going. What y'all think?
I mean, like he's been getting some good return yards. I think we could do a little better, trying to get to the end zone. But
Coach me up.
Plus. 10 out of 10.
More war paint to get to the end zone.
War paint.
We got to get to the end zone.
DJ, I know, unfortunately, Cheeto Uweze is going to be out for the year.
Yep.
You're dealing with your own knee, but I'm glad to see no crutches, no brace. And then you also got, we hope Jamar's back after the bye.
Yep.
What kind of advice can you give the guys that are rehabbing on how to best spend their time and not get down?
Honestly, it's a grind. Every day is different in that rehab process. I know dealing with this first one is the biggest injury. It's probably the toughest thing I've ever dealt with personally in my life. But you just got to go in there every day, know that every day is a chance to get better, and really work on what it is that you're there for to get better every single day. Know that your brothers love you, and we're going to keep those guys prayed up. We're going to text them all the time, make sure their spirits are up. But ultimately, just know that the work is on you, and you can change this. You can go in there and get it done. I hate that Russell Wilson said it first, but I'm really corny on this phrase, Wolverine blood. You got to go in there and work it out. Put that paint on, go in there and get done.
That's outstanding. Clay, you had a chance, you guys may never make it to the Super Bowl without this guy against, Derrick Henry's chewing up all these yards in Nashville in the playoff game, and they figure, all we got to do is hand it to him and we'll get this 2-point conversion because they had a penalty. We're even closer now. How often do you watch that play?
I watched it a lot after the game, not gonna lie, but I mean I didn't have a big role, and when they called goal line, I said, "Let's roll, baby. Let's go get one." And so I knew he was gonna get the ball. I mean, what are they gonna do? He just got back after 8 weeks in, but hey, that was fun.
What's it like in the film room when they're replaying that with all the rest of the guys?
I think one of the first guys actually to say something to me was DJ. He said, "Heck of a play. Warmed my heart, man. It felt so good." So I get a compliment from that guy? Golly. Now we play cards all the time. I love it.
Pedagogy.
What's
This
that?
guy's going for did you get the Masters yet?
Pedagogy.
So I don't even know how to say it. You guys know what it is?
3 hours away from the Masters.
Mike went to Stanford, so.
No.
It's just fancy for
Pedagogy?
coaching and teaching. That's all it is. It's nothing. It's just, they put big words to make it feel fancy.
We end every show with a little bit of the way you guys end every victory in the locker room with a